Hey there, welcome to FilmBug. This is our inaugural video on film reviews. This channel is all about celebrating the art of filmmaking. We look forward to publishing many videos on a myriad of films, both new and old, and of various genres. Our list is very lengthy, so let's get started. Today we're reviewing an older film from 1994, In the Mouth of Madness. This film is an American horror movie directed and scored by John Carpenter. It's written by Michael De Luca and it stars Sam Neill. From films like Jurassic Park, Event Horizon, and the more recent Hunt for Wilder People. In the Mouth of Madness is an H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. For Carpenter, it's his third film of his apocalyptic-themed series, and is preceded by The Thing and The Prince of Darkness. For me, In the Mouth of Madness is stylistically reminiscent of the 80s TV series Creepshow. It kind of feels a bit like Tales from the Crypt, and similar to Twilight Zone in its psychology. The narrative is disturbing. It's not a slasher horror film, but an apocalyptic themed film that leaves the viewer guessing on the protagonist's fate and civilization's fate as a whole. In overview, the film is about an insurance agent played by Sam Neill, who is asked by a publishing firm to find the missing horror writer Sutter Kane and retrieve his latest manuscript the firm is highly invested in. As Neill finds himself pulled into the investigation of the missing writer Sutter Kane, we learn about the negative and adverse effects Kane's writing has on his readers. We see the readers begin to hallucinate, riot, and act out violently. So, Sam Neill, the no-nonsense, logical insurance agent, sets out to find Sutter Kane with the publishing firm's editor, played by actress Julie Carmen. They go on a road trip to Hobbs End, a town where they believe Kane is residing. The closer they get to Hobbs End and Kane, the stranger their world becomes, and we see surreal occurrences unfold. It gets pretty crazy, like a wild roller coaster ride, and escalates into a hellish nightmare as they find themselves pulled into Kane's fictional reality. We see our protagonist struggling in a war between his reality and fiction, where he ultimately questions himself and proceeds into a disturbing descent from his rational world into madness. I won't provide further spoilers because I really want you to watch this movie. So let's talk about some of the ingredients of filmmaking. In this case, let's talk about its story, the acting, cinematography, special effects, and lastly, let's talk about watchability factor. Here at FilmBug, we regard watchability factor as how many times would you watch the film? Would you watch it repeatedly because it's so cool? The story of this film is deeply disturbing and definitely a psychological drama. It examines our obsessive relationship with pop culture, a concept that is particularly relevant even more so today than when this was written. As the viewer moves through a series of twists and turns in the script, the outcome is unsettling. And thank God this is not a predictable film. The acting of Sam Neill is the main strength I find of this film. Neill is always great, and without question fun to watch here as he explores the role of the self-assured investigator to one struggling with his own concept of reality. As for the cinematography and special effects, both are really strong in the Mouth of Madness. We have Gary Kibb's beautiful cinematography to admire, filled with memorable imagery. The effects have aged wonderfully, and the use of animatronics is outstanding. The creatures are very original, believable, and creepy. The effects team included Robert Kurtzman, Greg Nicotero, and Howard Berger, who have become legends in the industry. We have great watchability factor with In the Mouth of Madness. The plot is intricate, and you'll find yourself wanting to watch it again to fully understand all of the film's twists and turns as we move between the two realities. Overall, I rate this film an 8. Definitely worth watching to explore Carpenter's apocalyptic world. The acting again by Neill is outstanding. The cinematography and effects are awesome. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. This video is sponsored by Hobbs End Tours. Hobbs End is a great place for your next family vacation. It will be very memorable and there's plenty of activities for children. You'll love your time there so much you'll never be able to leave.